Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Vonnie, and welcome back to Sonar Awareness. So I'm going to talk about the secrets of the narcissist and pretty much why I feel like they hide everything from you. You know, being in this community for a few years now, I've heard like so many stories about narcissists. And I think one of the hardest things is that, like, how did you miss all of these signs? How did it's like you never really knew this individual, because everything ends up pretty much coming out after the relationship is over. You end up finding out things that you feel as though you should have known before you even started a relationship with them. You should have known. You deserve to know a lot of these things. Some of these examples could be same-sex relationships, as far as the narcissist, being bisexual or gay. A lot of times they can be misleading about their education, their pretty much their entire background, employment, criminal background, just to get people to pretty much trust them and to engage in a relationship and dictate the way that they want that relationship to go. It's very controlling and shady behavior if you think about it. You got some narcissists that are attracted to younger or older individuals. If they believe that, maybe they feel, or maybe they believe that the things that they're hiding is none of our businesses, or they could actually keep them things to themselves, because it's their life, it's their problems that they have to deal with. But at the same time, building a relationship is about building trust, getting to know someone, and to not know these things, it's very hurtful. It's very painful for a lot of us. I know for me personally, me being the younger supply, as we call it, I'm actually 10 years younger, so I didn't know anything about, it was the last thing on my mind at my early 20s to check someone's criminal record, or to just look deeper into the things that they're saying or not saying. So what the things that I didn't know personally, I didn't know that he had a criminal record. Let's just put that on the table. And once I found out, it just kind of blew my mind. I was like, I guess I was stunned, because it was connecting to other things, like why this individual couldn't get a decent job, or, why in some cases they couldn't even get a job at all. Why I was supporting this individual that's, way older than me. Why they couldn't seem to achieve success. And then the educational part came in, as far as I didn't know that he was a high school dropout. He hit that also. So it began to affect the relationship. If that's even what, I don't even want to call it that, because I never really knew who he was until after the situation was over with. But the main thing is that it was so sneaky, so much sneaky behavior, and so many secrets, that it's very painful. Just to know that they don't have no remorse about it, and they did what they wanted to do to get what they wanted. Very self-serving, very selfish behavior. So just what I take from that, they don't want you to know certain things about them, because it keeps them in control. Narcissists are very, very, very controlling. They want to control how the relationship is going, how it starts off. Usually they want to use it. They want the relationship to move along pretty fast. They want to love bomb you, just to move along pretty fast, so they can kind of get what they want from you easier. Whether it's money or a place to live or sex, they're people users. They're always using somebody, so their relationships are not really sincere. This is mainly their way of controlling their supply. They seem to be very good at deflecting their focus on themselves. That's what's so interesting about narcissists. They can deflect their focus on themselves and just not really put much out about themselves, but to get you talking. And we You know, being empathetic individuals, we can be very kind-hearted and just open up to people, tell them things about our lives and things that are going on in our past and what we're trying to do to improve. And a narcissist is just taking all of this information in just so they can, you know, just because they're very exploitative, they're going to use it later on down the line if things go wrong, and which they usually do. So it's always like they're in constant mode of protecting themselves. That's what makes them very cruel people, but also very interesting individuals. They're always in this mode of protecting themselves. So they already are 10 steps ahead of you before the relationship even started, which is very interesting behavior. You know, so you're not really focused on what's going on in their lives, because you just, a lot of times we end up talking and end up loving, having attention, you know, being love bombed. Your focus is kind of blurry because you're spending all this time with the person. You're feeling good. They're making you feel good just by manipulating you. It's just a lot of fast relations. So getting you to open up to them in the midst of all these things, you know, it was super easy for the narcissist. And because they've been using this pattern for so many years, they are perfect at it, you know. And it's insane. It's not fair, you know, that you never knew what hit you by the time it's over with, you know. And it's hard for people to believe that you didn't know all these things about this person. If they're narcissists, they've been practicing this for years on numerous people over and over and over again. That's why it's so hard for people to understand where we're coming from and understand our stories, you know. So we sit here and get so angry, and I feel like we question ourselves, like, how did we miss all of these things about this person? You know, just struggling to understand who this person really was, or who this person really is. You know, you kind of look for them to be who you thought they were going to be. You kind of look at them like, wow, you just nothing like I thought you were. You just not that person. You never were. It's kind of very, very hard and to accept, because you spend even years trying to just understand it. You know, because a lot of people never been through anything like this. But, you know, the truth about what happened, you know, is that they created a false self just to protect that fragile ego. It's all about an ego for them. They don't want to, they don't want you to kind of, I guess, diss them, you know, or stop talking to them at the beginning of the relationship. That would just crack their fragile egos. They're super sensitive. So they just kind of do whatever they have to do, even though it's wrong and it's shady, but they do whatever they have to do, lie and just mislead and you about things just so they can, you know, get you to trust them, basically, and let all your guards down and give them a chance, even though you don't really know the real them, you know. All of this is done just for a fragile ego. Everything is about an ego for them. The way that they feel. They have to feel good about themselves. So the false self is just always very interesting. Just the person that they have to pretend to be on a daily basis, you know. That's how you know that narcissists are really miserable individuals. That's my takeaway from it. You know, you have to pretend to be something that you're not every single day of your life. And it's just insane. They didn't want to be judged. They didn't want to be criticized for their failures or their shortcomings. So they hid their true selves, their secrets, because they know we would have lost interest in them a long time ago and never connected with them if they revealed their true selves. So tell me, guys, what you think about this video. Thank you all for tuning in, and comment below. Let's have an interesting discussion, guys, and I will talk to you guys soon.